welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, that's Dave, and we are ready to break down some Sunday football. I think there's a couple baseball games as well, but I haven't seen odds or even looked at them yet, so we won't go. We'll just focus with football. I have it split into 3 sections for the show. Obviously, no show records. They haven't been updated still. They will be updated for Monday's show, and I'll also be putting them on Twitter, the records for all of the sports. We will look at the first, the early games, and we'll look at the first 3 that we have here. I'll get to the comments. Isaac says Bruins money line, but then actually says Patriots money line. But we will get to that game here in a bit. Looking at these 3, we'll just go 3 by 3. So for me here, I am taking Jacksonville. This Colts team is bad. We're not going to say Jacksonville's good, but I think they'll match up well against each other again. Indianapolis has done well. They've won the last 4 meetings at home against Jacksonville. They've actually won 9 of the last 10. So this has been a home-and-home series when these 2 teams face each other. But I like Jacksonville, the dog here. I just think they're the better team this year. And I think they'll get the win. Or even plus 2.5 is a good play as well. Jets and Packers. Jets plus 7.5. For me, the Packers are coming off upsetting loss in London. Their first trip ever to London to play with the NFL. So they haven't experienced it before. Now they have to come home the next week and play right away against a Jets team that's 2-0 on the road and 3-2 overall and has been playing pretty well. I get it. The 2 teams they faced on the road aren't the Packers, but the Packers offensively aren't anything really impressive to me this year. So I just think it's too many points. 7.5 is too many points. That's what I think. So I'm taking the Jets plus 7.5. And then Ravens, Giants, nothing as of this moment. I am looking at Giants plus the points. And I'm considering it, but haven't pulled the trigger yet. Possibly a field goal, Cano field goal prop, but nothing as of yet in that game. Dave, the first 3 games of NFL tomorrow, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm on a few of these games. Hold on one second. I'm pulling up New England's stats against the run real quick. That's what I want to know. All right. Well, okay. So for me, I am on the Colts. It's no secret that I think Jacksonville's bad. They've gotten some lucky breaks. Granted, they did beat the Colts at home. They shut them out. Fair enough. There are those games in the NFL where you scratch your head and say, definitely this shouldn't have happened. The Colts even they're on their 3rd string running back. Both Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor are out. I don't see Jacksonville. I don't see Jacksonville as a better team on paper. I think the Colts have some injury issues, but Trevor Lawrence is overrated. Etienne is whatever, and Christian Kirk would be a wide receiver too on anyone else's team. So I've got the Colts in that one. I'm definitely on the Jets. I think that's a team that has no identity. Actually, their identity was Aaron Rodgers. Now he is kind of wandering in the desert. He looks like a person that's wandering in the desert. I mean, his attitude's never been – well, first of all, his statistics and just by the eye test, he's never been worse. His attitude's never been worse. He's never had a worse team around him. They're in trouble. While the Jets, for whatever reason, have done well in spots, maybe Zach Wilson isn't as bad as I thought. Either way, I think it's too many points. You have to have a compelling reason in the NFL for me to be a touchdown favorite, and there isn't one. So I'm on the Jets. Both of those, by the way, are circle plays for me. And then Baltimore and New York, kind of 2 teams that are on opposite sides. New York has overachieved. The Ravens have underachieved. Still in the mix, still going to go to the playoffs. So whereas even though the Giants are, 4-1 now, I still don't see them going to the playoffs. They're still the 3rd or 4th team in that division. I don't have a play on it. The number's right to me, but or around right to me. But I don't have a play. Yeah, maybe Graham Gano is a good one. a good prop play.
Yeah, he's cashed for me before.
Yeah.
That's basically where I would go here in this one. But we'll go on to the next set of games here. Let me fix this screen. We'll go to the next set of games. Cincinnati and New Orleans. For me, I'm taking the Bengals minus 2.5. That is my best bet, so I'll give it out now. I like the Bengals here. They're just overall the better team than the Saints. I think they have comparable defenses, but I think offensively, the Bengals are better. They haven't quite shown it this year, but they are the better team. They have the better quarterback. They have the better offense. They have the better defense and better coaching. So I like the Bengals here to bounce back after a rough loss last Monday night. Tampa, Pittsburgh, not getting involved. I will not take Tampa Bay minus 9.5 right now at this point against anybody. But I don't want anything to do with Pittsburgh. If I'm going to anything in that game, it's the under 46.5. But I have not got to anything there. San Francisco, Atlanta, again, haven't got to anything. If anything, it would be San Francisco money line in a parlay. But as of yet, nothing in this game. Dave, the next 3 games here, what do you think?
Yeah, I almost pulled the trigger on the Bengals. I mean, the Saints are another team that's remarkably worse than people thought they were going to be. Even me, which I wasn't high on them, and I wasn't high on the Bengals either. The Bengals still have the guys. They still have sack problems, but Joe Burrow just doesn't look like he's that great. He's okay. He went to this is what's going to happen. We're going to see how good he is when he loses, or if he's ever on a team without wide receivers, because I think Jamar Chase made a lot of him last year, in my opinion. The thing I didn't take this game is, with all those weapons that are there, and I don't think they're using Mixon right either, but with all those weapons that are there, they're in the middle of the pack in scoring. If you look at just how many points they're scoring, even versus bad teams, they're not. So I stayed away from that game. The Bucks and the Steelers. The Steelers I bet on them twice this year. They've lost me money. They can't stop anyone on defense. And I don't think that's just because of TJ Watt. But I've also seen the Bucks, and there's games where Tom Brady throws for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and then other games where he looks like an old man, which he is in NFL terms. So Bucks win the game for sure. Do they cover that spread? I don't know. There's way better spots, so I'm off of that. And then the Niners, Falcons. I actually lean Falcons. I'm a Niners fan. I think the Niners win the game. The problem is the 49ers are a team that's built to play in close games. And, it's a team that runs on offense and plays defense. So I'm off that game. I actually lean towards the Falcons. I think it's a field goal game or around there.
Yeah, the +5. The Falcons cover games.
They have been. That scares me too.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I would kind of look at the Falcons is they cover games.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's probably going to be San Francisco money line and a parlay, I think.
Yeah, if you like minus 250, that's Terry's type of bet.
Yeah, well, if you put that, they're minus 210, first of all.
Yeah.
And if you parlay them with Minnesota, that's going to get you a nice plus money bet right there. So that's how I would tackle that.
Have at it. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. Your 49ers better not let me down. Looking at the last 2 games, yeah, I'll remember that, Dave. The last 2 games at the 1 o'clock for the early games, 1 o'clock p.m. We have the Patriots and the Browns. I'm very tempted with the Patriots plus the points. I have not got to anything yet in that game. I like to fade the Browns. I'm sorry to any Brown fans that might watch the show, but they're the Browns, and they always find a way to – they do win games, obviously, but everyone says what a great roster they have, and this team they have such a great defense and great running backs, and they'll be fine, and then they find ways to lose games. So I like to bet against the Browns whenever I get an opportunity. But the Patriots, I'm just not sure. If I go to this game tomorrow and I see New England plus 3.5, I will be taking New England plus 3.5. If I get 3 at a better number, I might do that as well. But I think New England is probably the right side. I don't know if they win the game, but we'll see. Vikings Dolphins. Vikings all the way in this one. No big surprise. 4-1 in the year. I think they go to 5-1. The 3 is, I think they win this game by 4 points, possibly by 6 or 7. I don't think they absolutely blow Miami out, but I think Cousins does enough. Jefferson, 84.5 receiving yards. I have Minnesota money line parlayed with Jefferson over 84.5 receiving yards for plus 190, plus 194. So that's what I have in that one. And then I do have Minnesota -3. I think they take care of business in Miami. Dave, Patriots, Browns, Vikings, Dolphins. What do you think there?
Yep, I'm on the Patriots. Another circle play. I was high on the Browns. They've got some injuries. Jadeveon Clowney isn't there, and their defense is really underachieved. Well, I think the Patriots are kind of finding their click on defense. I mean, they shut out the Lions, who was the highest scoring team up to that point, which I don't think is a fluke. I think the Lions have a good team on offense. They played the Packers right down to the end, only lost by 3 points. So I'm liking what the Patriots are doing. And this Zappy guy looks, I mean, I've seen him throw. I think he lacks some zippy zap. He doesn't quite, have a cannon for an arm, but he's accurate, super accurate. And he's already making throws like a regular, wouldn't say veteran, but just like a normal NFL quarterback. So I actually have this as a pick 'em. So if I'm getting 2.5 points, I like the Patriots. And then I have no opinion on the Vikings Dolphins. I know the Dolphins are starting their third string quarterback. It'll just be interesting to see how well he does or how poorly he does. The Vikings should win the game. The Vikings, what do I have this indexed at? I have Miami as a 2-point favorite at home. It's about right. I don't know if they put PJ Walker into that consideration, but I'm off the game. I'll cheer for Minnesota just because Terry likes them. But
thanks, Dave. But we'll move on to the afternoon games. So this is the 4 o'clock games, or 4:30 or 25 Eastern. Here we have the Panthers and the Rams, Cardinals and the Seahawks, and the Bills and the Chiefs. I think everyone will probably be watching that Bills and Chiefs game. For me, with the Panthers and the Rams, 10 is a lot of points to be laying with this Rams team right now. I want to do it myself. Do I want to take the Panthers? Not particularly. This game is kind of a pass. Looking at the under, maybe, but 41.5 is a low total, and an interception by Stafford in the wrong area could be all the difference and pull that over. So no opinion in that game. Cardinals, Seahawks, in my opinion, 2 bums fighting it out. I think the Cardinals are the better team, so I would lean with them. 50.5 or 50 is a high total, but Seattle has been involved in higher games. I would probably lean with the under there. And then Bills and Chiefs. Mahomes has never lost as an underdog, 7-0 as an underdog. But the Bills have this game circled on their calendar. It's just how it is. The Bills have been waiting for this game, and I think they will be the more desperate team in this one. So even though I want to take Kansas City at the plus money and back Mahomes as an underdog to keep his streak going, I just can't do it because I think Buffalo is going to be really determined in this game. So ultimately, the 3 afternoon games will be a pass. I'm not involved in any. There's just nothing I can. I probably will end up getting involved in the Bills game in some fashion, maybe touchdown props or something. But as of right now, nothing. Dave, the 3 afternoon games. What do you think here?
So the only bet I'd like by the way, Skylar Thompson is the third string quarterback for Miami. PJ Walker is starting the third string quarterback for the Panthers. I don't care about this game, win or lose. I don't have a play. There's a lot of points, but it can happen. I do have my best bet, which is a prop, which is the first time that's ever happened on the show. And that's Eddie Pinheiro, the kicker, on the Panthers over 1.5 field goals plus 150. I think it's such big plus money because they probably don't think that PJ Walker is going to even get on the Rams side of the ball. I don't see why not. The Rams actually are in the top 5 teams of giving up field goals. Rams have a really good red zone offense. Panthers have a really bad red zone. Sorry, say that again. The Rams have a really good red zone defense. The Panthers have a really bad red zone offense, but the Rams give up a bunch of field goal attempts, which means they're letting teams get down in range and then stopping them. So this guy, he's at 11 field goals in 5 games. That's over 2, plus everything else I said. Best bet. Cardinals, Seahawks, hard pass. I've been on the Cardinals. I've been on both these teams. I've been bet against them. I guess I would lean Seattle, but there's better spots, and my index is close, so no thanks. And then Bills, Kansas City. That's going to be the best game of the weekend. Maybe even better than the primetime game. Dallas and Philadelphia. I'm on the Chiefs. I have the Bills in this situation on the road as half a point favorite. So if you're giving me 2.5 or 3 or whatever it's at for KC, I'm taking it. It has less to do with Mahomes being undefeated at home. I mean, that's nice. But it's Mahomes at home with Andy Reid at home and with 2 teams that we've seen what happens when these teams get in shootouts. I mean, Mahomes is still the better quarterback. It's not going to be always that way, but eventually Josh Allen will overtake him. But if you're giving me points with Patrick Mahomes at home against any team, I'm taking him. So I'm on the Chiefs.
All right. And then we'll go to the final game of the night, which will be obviously Sunday Night Football. We have the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. You can get Dallas plus 210 to plus 240. Philadelphia at minus 256 to minus 270. 6s, 6.5s, 42s, mostly when it comes to the total in this one. And for me, I'm taking Dallas plus 6.5. They've just kept themselves in games. They've won games, and it's their defense. It's just keeping them in games. And then when you look at Philadelphia, they are really, really, really good with defense in the second half, not allowing basically anybody to really score against them in the second half. I think this is going to be a very close game. I think it's won by 3 or 4 points. So you're going to give me Dallas plus 6.5. I'll take it because I think it'll be a close game. And I think even Dallas might even have a chance to upset this. So anywhere from plus 210 to plus 240. You might want to look at Dallas on the money line. I'm just taking the plus 6.5 because I think it's too many points for a close game. Dave, Cowboys, Eagles, what do you think here?
Yeah, I'm with you. It makes me sick to say this, but it's the 3rd week in a row I bet the Cowboys. There's just tons of value on it. I mean, this should not be anywhere near a touchdown. That's crazy. This team's too good. We haven't seen Dallas versus a rushing, a offensive dynamic that the Eagles have with the rushing QB and a team that rushes as well. But we'll see. I indexed it as Philadelphia's 2-point favorite, so I'm getting 4.5 points of value. Hell yeah, I'm with the Cowboys, and I don't care who wins.
All right,
in that division.
Moving along, BetStamp. Use code WILD in the referral code section. Do your line shopping. Find the best odds for whatever you're betting. It really does matter in the long term. We will move on to the best bet segment here. And we will start with over-under, as we usually do. Let me bring it up here. And for me, nothing. No total for me this week or for football tomorrow as of right now. I'm much more of a sides guy, so no total for me. Nick is going with Dallas, Philadelphia, under 42. Tim is going with Indianapolis, Jacksonville, under 41. Occupancy is going Bengals, team total over 22.5. Dave, is there a total that you like to tomorrow?
I'm going to go with the primetime game. Dallas, Philadelphia under 42. It's still, I don't know, what is it, 12-4, 12-5. It's still hitting at a ridiculous clip. So I like that.
All right. We will move on along to dog of the day for tomorrow. For me, Jacksonville Jaguars, plus 116. Nick, Kansas City Chiefs, plus 126. Tim and Occupancy, New York Jets, plus 300. Ryan, New Orleans Saints, plus 120. Dave, is there an underdog that you like tomorrow?
Yeah, I think the best underdog that has the best chance of winning are the Patriots. Are they? But by the way, are they plus money? Because they're like 1.5 or 2 point dogs.
Yeah, they're plus 2.5, so they're definitely plus money.
Okay.
I will get the odds after the show. IceX is definitely a fan now of yours for saying that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Being a Patriots fan. But we'll go on to best bets. For me, Cincinnati Bengals minus 2.5. Nick is going with the Indianapolis Colts on the money line. Tim is going with the New York Jets plus 7.5. Ryan is going to soccer and taking Manchester City to win, I'm guessing, over Liverpool, minus 114. And Occupancy is going with Cleveland Browns, minus 1.5. Dave, what do you think here for best bet?
Eddie Pinheiro over 1.5 field goals at plus 150. And I'm trying to pull up the money line for.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, Dave.
Sorry. P-I-N-I-E-R-O. Pinheiro.
Oh, over 1.5 field goals.
Mm-hmm. And on Bet Online, it's plus 150. And the Patriots' best odds are plus 123 on Unibet and Bet Rivers. Which they have to be affiliated because they have the same odds all the time.
Yeah, there's a few books that do that where they.
Yeah, but I won't bet with Bet Rivers because their Twitter account, whoever manages it is a dickhead. So
there you go.
Hopefully you're not sponsored by them. But anyway,
no, I'm not. Luckily, but that is the show for tomorrow. Obviously, there won't be a show tomorrow on Sundays, my day off. But if you're watching this after the fact, obviously it's for tomorrow's games in NFL. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. We appreciate all the support. We'll see you back again Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern, for more hockey, and we'll go over the NFL game for Monday as well, and MLB playoffs. But best of luck to everybody. Have a good one, guys.
Go Black.